Just round people up at the behest of
Got to push share up for them too, so they can't even hear it right now. This is the intro.
I mean, they have break battles and car shows we have working on our next spot.
Right here in our
Record that I was the first one to record. I'm not everybody in the mama. We need it before.
Yes, indeed. Once again, we are back. This is the Build and Destroy show. Wicked Meticulous, May Dolly, High Rise. E-Tree is here today as well. Let me hit the stop share because this screen is all whacked up. And yes, we do have a special guest in the house. Once again, let me just remind everyone, we got the next few weeks booked up. Dr. Jaleesa Trapp next week, Smoke 206, Buddha Ho, John Crown rounding out the year, and Double B to start 2026. Please tap in. It's the Build and Destroy show. We're here every Sunday about 5 o'clock Pacific time. Yes, this is a live show. No AI bots. There ain't no edits and takebacks. High Rise, why don't you give our guest the voluminous introduction?
For sure. All right. Well, we are excited to learn about our guest. We have Unconventional Loui, who's a super dope, lyrical, good at performing, got stage presence, everything. All three of us were hyped on your performance at the Slap Frost tour, which we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks. He hails from Berkeley, California. We're really interested in hearing about that hip-hop scene and your hip-hop origin story. We just nerd out. So we will post all of your links in the chat and all that stuff so everybody can check out his music. But we got Unconventional Loui from Berkeley, California, y'all.
Welcome.
Yeah. So what we do basically is we just go around and take turns asking questions, you know?
Okay.
And, you know, and that's just, and basically that's it. So I don't know, what's up, E-Tree? You got something to start since you got a geographical connection.
Started. I'm gonna have to maybe correct you guys from the last episode because you guys were talking about rappers from Berkeley, and a few of them may or may not have been wrong, but that's not the issue. But on that note, one person you forgot to mention was True Justice, Francisco Street Productions, man, straight out of Berkeley. But question that I had was, how did you connect with DJ True Justice? I just remember from my days back at home, he was like one of the originators and really was in the underground community and had like a real sense of community. Like, so I was just wondering how you connected with them.
I didn't necessarily connect with him. I connected with Vocab Slick.
Okay.
So Vocab Slick and I featured him on my most recent album, which is Unconventional Loui 4, available on all platforms, streaming anywhere, you know what I mean? But no, I connected him on the song Cook With Me. You know, produced his little beat, and I was like, man, I got some real boom bap for you, because I think that's kind of like the direction I'm headed, you know, just with, you know, everything else that's going on. I feel like that real hip-hop is coming back, and all that other stuff is, yes, it's a little bit repetitive right now. But the you know, anyway, that's a different note. But no, I connected with Vocab Slick, and you know, he was like, yo, we got to get him on tour, you know, with us. We got to get this dude. And I guess, you know, so then I linked up with True. And, you know, the first time we like kind of really linked up was it was like a little practice session we had in Oakland at his spot, at True Justice's spot. And that's when we were kind of like just going over, you know, practicing the song and stuff like that for the crowd and everything. But nah, I mean, I've seen him, you know, do his thing, you know, on the on the mixing boards and stuff, like just at random functions, and you know, I come up and be like, damn, this dude is raw. Ugh, he's nasty. We y'all fucking him. And lo and behold, you know what I mean? Sometimes you ain't got to go too far to find the best, you know what I mean? And like you just said, like, Berkeley, you feel me? But like, I just got off tour. I never even knew that.
Okay. And to bounce off of that, now that you're doing your thing, checking out some of your music, you had a lot of different artists on there, and I was just wondering, like, what's community for you like now as you're doing it? And even in your come up, is there like a community of artists, you know, in this real time right now that you connected with and coming up with and doing music and shows and whatnot back in Berkeley right now?
I wouldn't necessarily, like, I've done music with people from Berkeley, but I don't know if we would classify them as like artists yet. You know what I mean? Like just people who got bars, you know, people who like to spit, people who like to rap, you know, so I've done music, you know, with them. You know, I say the dopest rapper that I've ever done anything with from Berkeley, California is definitely Rex Life Raj. I mean, we grew up together. You know, I used to, you know, as time kind of like goes on, you kind of like, everyone goes their own directions, especially if you're not, you know, like tapped in 100% of the time. I mean, I got a family, you know, I got kids, you know, and that's one of the things that kind of just, you know, and just everybody's doing their own thing. Sometimes people get a little bit more serious than other people at certain times. And so, you know, there's a very, very short window of opportunity to kind of capitalize on something at a young age. And I mean, he was all about it. I mean, when he was at Boise, you know, we did a song together, but I never even put it out yet. But I mean, I really just kind of like spun around like, damn, you know what I mean? And then how everything blew up for him. I mean, we were like best friends at like Jefferson Elementary School, you know what I mean? Like that's how far it goes back. I mean, we all had a tight knit group, you know, even all the way up through high school. I went to St. Joseph and King Middle School, and he went to Willard, and then, you know, that brought, you know, all the Berkeley Cougar players back in when we all came back to high school. You know what I'm saying? And you feel me? Like that he's pretty much, he's the dopest person. You know what I mean? There's other people too that like went to like King Middle School. It was like what? I think G-Eazy, definitely Marty Grimes. We was all in the same. Yeah. We was all at Jefferson together. So, but it wasn't about no music or nothing back then. We just all kind of grew up, and then they kind of got serious in high school. Me, I was like just really focused on sports and stuff. But like so was Rex. You know, he was really into, you know, football and everything. He went off to Boise. I ended up doing lacrosse at Sonoma State because of some unfortunate shit that happened to me my senior the summer before my senior year. But nah, man, like it's always been a lot of music out of Berkeley, California. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got the Pack. They had that Vans thing going on, man.
Yeah,
that was cool. We, you know, the motherfucker come back to us. He was in the Spanish class. Like, I was like, what this shit, bro? It was, bro. Like Berkeley had a hella artists, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like
just listening to your music a little bit, man, I definitely peeped the vibe because, you know, being from Oakland, we used to go to Berkeley to kind of escape, man. You go to Telegraph, you got Laval's, the record stores, of course, the girls, the college, all that different stuff, the stores. But your music, one of the cuts that hit with me was the Unconventional Disco. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, you guys definitely took me to like, okay, because it's just dope to see like how, you know, me being back there, that was probably like 20, 30 years ago. It's just dope to see how things are still progressing and moving forward, man.
Yeah, man. Like, no, it's I try to like never really do anything the same. But I mean, I kind of end up like late as I've been, you know, cooking, like it's kind of like all directing towards like one message, really. It's just like any way that I could positively motivate another person to do something, you know what I mean? Or, you know, not even necessarily do something, maybe just think about it a different way, you know? However it is, as long as it's, you know, anything, you know, positive that you're getting off of some things that I'm doing, then I'm okay with that.
High rise.
Yeah, you had one.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Well, I like hearing about Berkeley, about just another city's, you know, hip hop. So, that's cool that you went to early school with a lot of these artists that, you know, actually we've heard of, but um and it was before you guys were doing they were even doing music and stuff. But what are some
Well,
of your
that's just me. Like they've always been in the music game. You know what I mean? They've always been doing music and stuff. But like me, I just didn't necessarily take it seriously until later on.
Got
You
it.
know?
Got
So
it.
that's
What are some of the early memories you have of Berkeley's hip hop scene? You know, when did you first notice it or want to be you know, pay attention to it even before you were doing it?
probably like on the bus on the way to football games. We used to have like freestyle battles like on the bus.
Okay.
Like our team, they used to roast each other cold. I mean, like I'm talking about roast, and it was all freestyle. Like this, you ain't no way you could write none of this shit. I mean, like, you know what I mean? And like, unless you went and just studied the other, but we would do this shit on the way to our games, bro. Like, I mean, we playing De La Salle. We just still on the bus. This nigga look like yeah. They be like, oh, we're like, oh, but don't be coming with them big ass cleats talking. Da, da, da. You know what I mean? Just like. I mean, like, just like, bro, it was hella fun. You know what I mean? Like, it was fun as fuck. But I mean, I wasn't even in processing and all that shit that fast. I was like, you know, I mean, man, like I said, like, I didn't even really start taking the gift that I had seriously until later on. I was like, yeah, I know I could do it, but let me just see what else I can do. You know what I mean? Instead of like really started doing what my heart, you know, what I feel like my calling is, honestly.
Well, before I pass it out, I do kind of want to know. You said you played collegiate lacrosse at Boise State.
No, I played at Sonoma State.
Okay, so you played
Yeah.
college lacrosse though?
Yes, sir. I played college rugby too. I got recruited to Sonoma State University for lacrosse. I played for a little.
Is that Is that in Northern California? Sonoma.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right.
Yes, sir. Like wine country.
Right.
Like Napa, you know, like near Napa, Sonoma County, Napa County, like, you know, wine country. But no, so I switched up and then I played rugby for the, you know, rest of my time in college. And I mean, we did pretty well. We placed like third in the nation in sevens. You know, I mean, we traveled all over the nation. And that was like what, USA Rugby Sevens. That was one of the greatest times of my life, 100%.
Wow.
I mean, I actually shot a music video. We had a mixer with the sorority. I forget what sorority it was, but it was my entire rugby team in the sorority at my house, and I shot a music video called "Turn It On Up." Shit. Like, I got my teammates there in the video holding their cleats up and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it was wild, man. You can search that shit. It's hard to find, but it's called "Turn It On Up." And it's literally just a big ass party with an entire sorority at my house, like, and like, you know, in my entire rugby team. It was college. It was college. You know what I
Well,
mean?
that's cool, man. I love hearing about people that have just done things and gathered experiences. That's fresh. All right,
Yeah,
passing it on.
What Louis, I wanted to ask you, I read somewhere that you was all in-house. I didn't realize you was making beats, you was doing the whole thing, writing rhymes, recording. I wanted to ask, did that come out of necessity, or is that just something that you knew you was going to do from the jump?
Oh, it's always out of necessity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's always out of necessity.
I was
If you
gonna
don't,
say, yeah, that's
if
how
you,
it happened with me too.
you know what I'm saying? Like I was paying 200 a beat, 250 a
Yes.
beat, 300 a beat, and then then I had to then I was paying, you know, for the to record. I was paying to record it at what it was like 65 an hour, $65 an hour to record it, and then once I finished laying it all down, then it was like another 350 to master it. You know what I mean? I'm like, wait, we just talk about one song. This
Yes,
is not
sir.
economically sustainable, bro.
Yeah.
Like, especially with all the shit that you feel me? All the shit that I got on my head, or all the things that I want to talk about, or all the little side mini projects. I'm never gonna be able to do this shit. Like, if I gotta do that, you know what I mean? Because like, I don't care how rich you are. Like, if you could do it your damn self, you gonna save the most money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you could, like that's why people want to buy the sources. You know what I mean? Like it's like why keep buying this from that if you could just buy that entire farm so that you can just have all your own chickens and all your, you know what I mean? It's just like it's an old school ass concept, but you can just apply it to music. And so yes, it's definitely out of necessity. But once again, to agree with what you also said, I was always gonna do this. Now I can just pass the craft off to my children, and because they already doing it. They got songs too. You know what I mean? Like everybody making music. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, it's definitely out of necessity because once you can do it all, then like you don't really, like I still have a mastering engineer, but like just to kind of like do the stuff that I didn't go to school for. You know what I mean? Like, so that's, but I can do everything. I can pretty much do it all, bro. And that's so like when you guys like, see my performance, like everything that I perform, I produce every single one of those beats and I record them myself on each one of those songs. I recorded myself. Some of them I didn't even send to the mastering engineer. I was like, fuck, this just sounds cool by itself. I'm just going to, tighten up the edges, like subconscious. Like I never mastered subconscious ever. I never mastered rooting. Never mastered none of that stuff. Like that's just all me inside my garage.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, and those, and if you turn it up, bro, you can hear it. But like if you're listening to it like a moderate sound, but at the same time, I caught the best algorithm on those songs. Like it was insane. Like I think the grittiness of not having it mastered maybe caught the algorithm or something. I don't know, but like I did like 20 bands on Spotify in like 6 days. Ooh. Like what the fuck is going on? Like they're like, bro, that's an algorithm. I'm like, what? They're like people are sharing it. People are da 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 da. The whole shit is all connected. Like whether you're doing this, whether it's on a Snapchat spotlight, whether some people then blogged about it, whether it's on some people's stories, whether it's on some people's posts, like at the system, it links all of that shit together. And so that's when I started really paying attention to that. It's like, wow, I never even knew that. But as you go, I mean, you just like kind of learn stuff as you go. Like I said, I just, I've really only been making my own beats since like 2024.
That's scary. That's spooky for folks. If y'all don't hear that, this man is already on y'all's necks after a few years. So that's spooky. 24. Yeah, like get on your stuff, y'all. Thank you for saying that. I remember D'Angelo. He said to this day, God bless him, he's passed on, but he was known for saying on record, like, I like my demo version of my album. Like, it had a buttery and a grittiness. And once I turned it over to them folks and they polished it to the point y'all love it, but I don't like it the same. I like my demo that I did in my room.
Yeah. It's got a certain aspect to it that like just, because you could polish everything, but then like you like miss certain like points of it. Like you'll have somebody master something and then like they'll master it just being professional, but then they'll take a certain aspect out of it that you thought was like the soul of like the song. And it's just like, no, we're gonna kind of lean it this way, and And then you'll be like, well, let's get other people's opinions. And then you get other people's opinions, and they agree with the mastering engineer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, he's right, bro. It sounds way smoother like that. I'm like, well, all right, cool. All right, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? I'm making music for other people anyway, right? I mean, I do make a lot of the music for myself and just hope people can relate. But at the end of the day, like, you know, as times go on, I'm really just trying to do this for, you know, people who never thought they could.
Good. Thank you for that, man.
Well, I got a two-parter. I want to ask, how important is it with you as far as emceeing? You display a lot of lyricism, but then you also reflect, you know, having good hooks and not just being, I'm going to go out here and rap 100 bars. You know, you understand about a show, stage presence. How did you like really understand that and implement it? And then kind of in the same vein, how did you decide that you're going to include a DJ when that's kind of, I mean, it's old school kind of thought process, but, you know, how did you decide to do that and implement it?
Just like, just honestly watch people, you know what I mean? Like watch what works. But so as like the hook part, so the DJ part and the hook part are totally separate. Like I understood like having a good hook as a child, you know what I mean? Like I went to church. That's where I first learned how to go, you know, approach music, you know, as a tenor in the children's choir, you know, and then in the mass choir, and then, you know, and then the men's choir, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I went to a lot of church as a kid. You know, you could have a whole sermon based on one church hook. You know what I mean? Like, then that'll be like an hour of church. You know what I mean? Just like repeating that. And then, bro, people feel good about it. But like, not even that, but just like, you know, in high school too, like if you had a good hook, that's what's going to get people going. And then as I got older, I wanted to make my hooks more intricate, you know, so then I just started being like, okay, well, why would I make a hook this boring if my verse is going to be this raw? So then I just kind of like start thinking more metaphorically on my hooks and then like making like the punchline of a bar that would normally be in your rap. That's what's going to be the hook, because that's what people are like, ooh, about anyway. And then just figure out a way to spin it around, like on Taharka, kind of. You know what I mean? Like those are like lyrics that I was writing, and I was like, no, this is what the song is about. So I'm gonna just spin it that way. You know what I mean? So it's really important to have like a good hook, because that's what's going to be the most repetitive thing about the song anyway. I mean, people are definitely going to remember your verse, you know, because the verse is the verse. But if you got like a good hook that, you know, can resonate and, you know, that's tricky and also like not too obvious, you know, I hate like an obvious hook. Sometimes you'll have like an obvious hook, but if it's going to be that obvious, it's got to be like triple, double entendre obvious. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that means that can also mean this. That can also mean that. That can also mean, you know what I mean? And so, like, if it's going to be that bland, then they can't be bland at all. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's just that. But as with the DJ, I'm seeing, like, how, like, a DJ is like, you know, it's almost like a professional, like what, I'm the pipe piper. Like, you know, like, I'm gonna amp this song up with you. You know what I mean? Like, and then like we just kind of like, I can give you a chance to rest. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got two people going back and forth with each other, and then like you're in tune, like that's just that was all new to me. I never had a DJ. First time I had a DJ was like on this tour. That was a DJ Lady Queen. And
shout out. She was doing her thing.
Yeah, shout out DJ Lady Queen. She was doing her thing. Very, very appreciative for, you know, all of the good times we had. Most definitely. Very, very appreciative. But but no, that was actually the first time I've had like a DJ for like my sets and stuff. But I've always, when I watched DJ True Justice and Vocab Slick, go back and forth and stuff like that on stage, like it was, it's mind blowing of like but with that, I mean, you could have a DJ, but like, I used to do Soap Boys too, right? So Soap, it was like me and G-Rock Jams. We've got like a few different Soap albums out and stuff like that, but we would kind of like go off each other almost similarly the same way a rapper and his DJ would, so it's almost like I won't say it's the same thing, but if you're like in some sort of hip hop group together, right, and you guys are feeding off of each other, and he's saying your ad libs and stuff like that, and or she's, you know what I mean, like I feel like that's kind of like, that's almost like the same thing as if like a DJ was there behind you doing your cuts and stuff, because that whoever you're with is going to edify you, right? That edification is extremely prevalent because like you as you hype each other up, one person looks at you hyping this other person up, and that gives them more comfortability about the other person that they're hyping up, and you're like, damn, that's true, and it's just tight, you know what I mean? Like, so no, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing having a DJ or having somebody there to hype you up.
Back to
Another
the top.
element. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I wanted to. When we was at that show, I seen right away. I was like, "Yo, this dude, he loves his body, or he's an athlete, or both." I could tell you an athlete. I read you're an official athlete. I want to ask, what does the tour life do to a person that's on a regimen? Like, I know somebody like you, you're probably monitoring your food and your fuel. I want to know, how do you survive a tour like that while being a health advocate or like an athlete?
I can't stay at a hotel that doesn't have a gym.
Yep. Talk about it.
That's it. It's
That's
pretty
it?
simple, I mean, like driving 8 hours a day, that's a job. You know what I'm saying? We normally, we always work around our job, right? And so working around, I get back, might take a nap or whatever, then I'm in that gym. You feel me? That was just, and it kind of like kept me, that's the only way I'm able to do all of this stuff, because they all had a van, they had a van, and they were all together. They would switch off driving and stuff like that. And, one of them would get tired. The other one would keep going. I was by myself the entire trip.
Oh, I see.
In your own vehicle?
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
So yeah, that's almost a hack.
You know what I'm saying?
Doing it that
I'm
way,
like,
yeah.
I was by myself.
Yeah,
That
I
sounds
like
kind of nice, though. Like just going from city to city just by yourself in your own, just totally in absolute control.
Yeah.
What's some of the favorite cities you saw on this embarking on this tour?
Well, definitely. I mean, Portland was dope. You know what I mean? Portland was super dope. I love Bend. Bend was crazy. I met like a lot of crazy artists in Bend, Oregon. Shout out to Bend. I met I met a lot of cool people, and like I'm working on songs. Seattle was dope. I'm working on a song with artists from Seattle. Because I told everybody, if you support my brand, you support Soap, then I'll get you a feature. I'll do a hook. We can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We'll make something happen. And so I take that seriously. And so I'm working on music with artists from Seattle. I'm working on music with artists from Bend, Oregon. But one of the artists that really truly stood out in my mind was Michael Watson. That dude is fucking sauce, bro.
From what city?
Bend. It was in Bend, Oregon, at the Silver Moon Brewery. I would think that's what it was.
Can you break down or elaborate on the Soap? I've heard you mention that a few times, and even in the music. And I know it's an acronym, and I love just rap music's fixation with acronyms through the years. So just curious about what yours breaks down to?
Soap, obviously, right? You know what I'm saying? Soap, share opportunities amongst people.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I truly believe that's the only way to get fresh. And so, you know, based on that, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, this person might be struggling over there. You know what I'm saying? You might not even know what they're going through. You have no idea. But then just like a simple shared opportunity can either change their life or it can change the world. You know? So it's just however you take it. Like, really, what I've been doing lately, so I've been taking the proceeds from soap and I'll go out and, you know, I ain't got a lot of money and shit like that, you know what I mean? But I'll go out, I'll take my proceeds and I'll go get like a bunch of hot dogs. And I figured out a little way to kind of keep them hot on the street. And so I'll just, you know, got a big ass sign that say free hot dogs, you know what I mean? And so I pretty much, I've been feeding the homeless a lot lately at these parks, you know, around here. Because you would have no idea unless you stood out there at night in the complete dark how many people live under them trees. You know what I'm saying? And so I'll set up and, you know, just pretty much just feed the homeless and, you know, just try to feed as many people as I can possible, you know, and people fucking love hot dogs, bro. And I mean, you fucking get them you get a pack for like $1, bro. For real. It ain't gonna hurt nobody, you know what I'm saying? And so pretty much like that's where my message has been, you know, sharing opportunities. And then, you know, also just kind of like the idea, like that is the only way to get fresh, you know, whether it be, you know, me, you know, dishing out hot dogs or, you know, anybody else, like with opportunities that anybody else can use. Like if you have a certain skill and, you know, you see somebody who's struggling, you know, they could possibly use I'll teach them how to do it, bro. I'll teach them how to do it. And that's what I've been doing. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like this thing that I live by. So, like, the only way to get fresh is to share opportunities amongst people.
High rise.
Well, what's the how for just people that I don't think a lot of people understand how Berkeley and Oakland and San Francisco are kind of a one thing. So how close they are and stuff like that. Maybe just break that down.
It's one thing because it's all, you know, it's the Bay Area, but it's very different. It's very different. Like, I mean, as soon as you hit Alcatraz, or damn near, like, you're coming down, you know, Sacramento, you know, as soon as you hit Alcatraz, or, you know, it just depends. Well, it really depends on where you're coming in at too. But like, Oakland is its own thing. Like, even like parts of Oakland, North Oakland is way different than West Oakland. West Oakland is way different than East Oakland. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's really different. It's like really, they're all different parts. And then like even Berkeley, like North Berkeley is way different than South Berkeley. And there's really no East Berkeley. We don't say no East. You know what I mean? It's really just like a North, South, and then you got the West, like West Berkeley for sure. Like West Berkeley's way different than, you know what I mean? Because that's like the waterfront. You know what I mean? So it's pretty much there. Like, I guess downtown Berkeley would be like what someone else would call East Berkeley, but there's no East Berkeley. It's downtown, and you got like the college campus. You got Berkeley High, like you got that. You know what I mean? But we're all classified from the Bay Area, right? But I mean, within that tiny ass region, you know what I'm saying? You'll have like the Mr. Fabs so raw. You'll have like, you know what I mean? You get like the pack, or you'll get your G-Eazies, or you'll get, you know, what, the little B's, you get your Rex Lives. You know what I mean? There's so many dope people, man, and there's so many new people around, you know, coming out. Like, this shit, bro. It's crazy. Berkeley's always been saucy. Berkeley's been saucy. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? So
Is there
That's
is
definitely a
there
Berkeley word right there. Saucy. I ain't heard that in years, man.
is there like is there like hip hop nights with local performances currently in Berkeley that people can just tap into if they're down there and check out local hip hop, or is it all sort of online at the moment?
Nah, I think there's a spot. I think it's every Wednesday at it's off of Telegraph, off of Shattuck. It's a spot that happens. It's like every Wednesday in Berkeley, California. You can go down there, you spit your bars. It's like used to be where used to be shit. Forget the name. But it's pretty much like off of Telegraph. It's off of Telegraph. It used to be called Blake's. It used to be called Blake's on Telegraph. And you can go in there, you go downstairs, it's like a little area, and they do dope stuff. And winner wins like $200. You know what I mean? Like if you win for that night or whatever, it's $200 you get. That's that. Mr. Fab does his open mic every Monday. But I at the moment, man, like I don't live in Berkeley right now. I live in Santa Rosa. You know what I'm saying? So, but there's a lot of stuff that's going on, you know, in Berkeley. I mean, Santa Rosa is closer to like where I went to school at, but it's like 45 minutes north of Berkeley.
Oh wow.
You're on mute, May.
Huh?
I was on SoundCloud earlier. I seen you had a track for Brittany Grimer, basketball player or whatever.
Yeah, man.
I was gonna ask, after I listened to it, I was like, yo, he's almost time stamping like on some journal stuff. And it reminded me of what I do. Like, you're just making stuff moment in time and capturing it. Was that something that you always did? Because it was almost, it's hip hop, but it's almost like journalism too. Because that's a moment a lot of people might forgot have happened. And then
right.
you just you expanded and made it bigger than what it was about in the first place. Like,
yeah, no, man, I'm an advocate, man. You know, my mom, she marched with the Black Panthers. You know what I mean? Like I like I like to advocate. Like if we talking about something, we're gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? Like it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot, bro.
yeah.
There's a whole lot of stuff that came out of that night. How we was feeling that day. I'm like, fuck, we're gonna get Brittany Griner we're gonna get her out of jail with this one. Let's go.
Yeah,
like
so,
that's how we were thinking. Like that's how we were thinking though. Like that's what I was thinking about.
That's
right.
what
I was
yeah.
I wonder if we can get her out if we make this song. You know what I mean? Nobody probably, bro, the shit's got like one view. But damn it, that's what we felt like when we was doing it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, you felt compelled. So
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I took that as a sign.
That's how I feel about everybody's vote, right?
Okay.
How's a vote? Man, it's just me voting. Why should I go out and vote?
Yeah.
Why should I go vote? Why? Why go out and vote, bro? Shit. Because, man, we need you. You know what I mean? So like, I'm gonna go out. Why go out and get one view? Why? That's what it is, bro. Why go out and get one view? Because that view means something.
That's right.
You know like, come on, man. Like, bro, rap. If they always talk about rap is politics, and why? I guess more people need to rap, right? More people need to vote.
No, I love it. Once I heard that, I was like, yo, this dude moves by spirit. Like, spirit be hitting him and compelling him to do stuff.
Huh. Man,
so
that's what it is.
Yeah, I love that because it seems like you are a complete vessel, and with that comes you may not even know what you're gonna do, but you know that you're prepared to do whatever you gotta do.
Right.
I like it.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, good question.
I just wanted to ask about another aspect of embarking. because you mentioned maybe this is a song that you made while you guys been on the tour, but I mean, he was there. He had a jacket that said 707 on it.
Oh, that's my guy, man. That's
And
Della
you
Della,
mentioned
man.
him in a rap. Says I can't remember exactly the bar you said, so I don't want to. I don't want.
Fella, that my cameraman.
Okay, yeah. So,
Yeah.
how what is that like? Also, having a connection like you already got DJ. It's like you're making sure to cover all your boxes, and I don't know if I don't want to get into any contract type of things, but what was it like, and how is it like just making sure you have a secure footage capturer for something like this for a tour to be like May said, it's not only just documenting, your performances and whatnot. Now you can use that all and chop it up and mix it however you like in a
Right.
and one mixtape greatest hits, whatever. So yeah, what was that thought process and making sure you definitely have a source of footage capturing?
Well, me and Della hang out all the time, whether we're on tour or not. So like, that's my friend. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we do business together, but at the end of the day, we probably wouldn't do business together if he wasn't my friend. You know what I mean? That's my boy. That's my partner. We've been fucking with each other for a long time. You know what I'm saying? It just so happened that we going on the same tour. You know what I'm saying? Della's been doing he's been on tour. He's been doing the Slap Frost tour. Remember, this is my first time, but Della's been documenting the Slap Frost tour for a long time, bro. And Della's also been my friend for a long time. And me and Vocab Slip, we've known of each other, and like we've been trying to work with each other, but as soon as we finally did, then it's like, oh damn, we need to get him on the Slap Frost tour. It's like different things like open up. You just kind of like open up and you go outside of your norm and you start doing things that you wouldn't necessarily normally, because everyone has their comfort zone, right? But as soon as I realized that I don't even have a comfort zone anymore, like, because my comfort zone is getting out of my comfort zone. As long as I'm uncomfortable, I'm comfortable. You feel me? Like that's where I'm starting to realize where anyone thrives at is when they're pushed to the limit. You know what I'm saying? And then those the things that you learn that come out of that is limitless.
True.
But no, Della is my homie, bro. Got a lot of love for that man, bro. He's been shooting everything, like all of the videos and stuff that like you seen, on the gram or wherever. Della shoots all that stuff, and that we've only shot that one video on tour. Everything else is like done around here. You know what I'm saying? So no, it's a very important thing. He pretty much he documents every single show, and then you get like a little recap, and then it's good for everyone. It's good for everybody. Like, to kind of like see yourself be a part of something that's been going on for so long. 10 years is a long time, fellas. 10 years is a long ass time to be doing something and to like do it differently every time, because they go to different places. Like a lot of these are like, oh, we ain't even been here before. This is the first time we here. It's like, wow, that's amazing. You know what I mean? So like it's a beautiful thing.
For sure.
When did you know that I have kids too, and they do love music, but in different ways. When did you realize that your kids had a knack for what you were doing? And did you see them when they were born? Did you see them like, yo, I can already tell they're going to be the mini-me's, like the better version of me, and they're going to carry what I'm doing?
Right.
Or did you,
right
or
now,
did you have a feeling like, yo, they're going to have their own trajectory, their own path, and what I'm doing is not going to influence them at all?
it always influences them. Anything. I'm the football coach. I'm the lacrosse coach. You know what I'm saying? I'm the basketball coach. I'm very involved. Like I coach all their teams. You know what I'm saying? Like my youngest to my oldest. My youngest is 4. My oldest is 10, and I got a new one due on May 27th, 2026.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's another boy. I got 3 boys now.
Yes,
That's what I'm trying to guys. I mean, 2 of them are already born, but I got 1 on the way. And so like I'm involved, and they're involved with what I'm doing. And so my older son, he's a rapper. My younger son, he's a singer. Like Lewis can sing, and Patrick, Pat can rap. Pat's a rapper. That's just what it is. And I heard him rap. I heard him freestyling when he was with his friends. He's like to a beat that he could hear happening through the wall.
Oh yeah.
Like, I said I let the beat keep playing, and I'll just come out and go up, and he's in there rapping to the beat through the wall.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'm like, look, son, why don't you come say that on the mic, man?
That's right.
Say that on the mic. And then he's like, like, yeah, you didn't got cut. Freestyle. It's cool though. I love it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's good. I love it. I fucking love it, man. I love it.
Well, look.
So, yeah, no, that's.
I didn't want to cut you off. I just wanted to say, we had you for a little over 45 minutes, and we want to make sure we're respectful for your time. So I'm sure Josh or Eitri might have another question, but that'll probably be our last one for you.
Yeah, man. No, we're good.
Go ahead, Eitri. It's been cool though. We watched it go from like dusk to nighttime behind you.
That's true.
You know.
Yeah.
What's your next the next thing you got in the pan besides the new sun coming up? But what's your next forward motion?
Forward motion. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff that I'm working on with artists that I've met on tour. I think that's gonna be dope. Just linking up and seeing some of the best talent that I saw on tour, and or anybody who is fucking with me or whatever. Like, if we fucking, what I'm saying? Like, I think it's gonna be some big things that come out of that. I definitely got some stuff that I'm working on here at home. The biggest thing is I just launched my website, so anybody can go there and purchase these hoodies. You know what I'm saying? Share opportunities amongst people.
What's the website name?
So right now, if you go to, let's see. I feel like I could post something in this chat.
Throw the link in the chat for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and put that in there.
Oh, you got the YouTube going? Smart.
I have to put you guys on pause for that.
Copy. So let me see if I could.
Well, Risberg, you got any other questions to end it before we go to our halftime?
Here we go. New chat. Boom. Throw it in there. Oh shit! I don't even. Oh, here we go. Message everyone. There we go. My bad. Okay, that's the website. HTTPS.
We'll post it. I see that. All right, I'll post that.
Merch. Yeah, so that's where you can get all the merch and stuff at. But nah, man, Unconventional Loui 5, bro. Unconventional Loui 5 is on the table. I got like this little progression project I'm working on. The biggest thing that I would say is nothing too soon, but it's gonna be this SOAP festival that will be in August of 2026. I want to invite as many people as I can that I've met on the road.
Hey, we'd like to perform. I'll just throw our hats in there off top.
Fly. Like, the festival's dope. I got a monster truck limo. That's what kids do. We have like intermissions and stuff, and you know what I'm saying? Like, tickets like people get on, like you'll load the kid and people get in the monster truck and we do like a little loop in the parking lot. I got games, you got the basketball, you get like a little water balloon, it gets hot here in the summer, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll have, and it was the Verbal Vanguard Festival, but like we're changing it up this year to the Soap Festival because, it was the Verbal Vanguard because I was kind of like centering around, Goldie Gold Federation. He called me right now. We work. So yeah, that's another song I'm doing right now.
Oh shit, legend.
I'm with Goldie from the Federation. He's actually calling me right now because he probably told me
take it if you want. If you want to take it, it's all good, man.
And then I got some new stuff. I'm coming out with Kick the Sneak. The first one we did was a lot of Apple Bottom. That was on Unconventional Loui 3. I'm still meaning to shoot the music video with Sentimental 2. But we might just
come on, man.
Scratch that and just do something new, man. Like shit. But I don't know, man. Goldie hit me right now, man. I'm just about to. Yeah. Yep. So he probably got some. And this is like on some. It's gonna be some heat. It's gonna be some heat.
Real time in the making. Come on, man.
But so that's that. But no, so like it's pretty much like a lot of singles, but like the big thing, man, is gonna be the SOAP Festival, Share Opportunities Amongst People Festival, and I'm gonna start promoting that on January 1st, because last time I only had like a month to promote, and I literally promoted for like 29 days, and it was popping. It was cool. Like it was a real good job. Everybody did, everybody came out and they did their thing. And like I like to get people from different communities that also go up there. So like it wasn't just English on stage. Like I had Luis Galan, his band come out, and they had like a little segment. It was dope as fuck. You know what I mean? Like I had a whole bunch of different people, like just from different backgrounds and different areas of life and everything, man. And like when you kind of get everybody on the same page, like it's truly a beautiful thing. And like an empire will inevitably be built, man. That's what I'm saying. So if we can get y'all out there too, man, that's just gonna be crazy, bro.
Yeah,
you feel me? Like it'll be nice.
Down. Just put us down. Give us a date. We'll drive all the way down. NorCal ain't nothing for us. We'll drive down for a show.
Yes, sir.
Please. We've already been talking about it. So
yes, man. Well, don't let the SOAP festival be it, man. Like some Della gets you in at Dolan's Den. He pretty much runs Dolan's Den, man. They always doing something. I just had a show there the other night. It was crazy. I was like, wow, like literally I did a show right when I got back. It was insane. You know what I'm saying? So, man, y'all got to slide, bro. Slide. We can make it happen.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
I'll send you the YouTube link. I'll send you the YouTube link of this show so you can have it and share it. And we'll be in touch, man. Much love.
Hell
appreciate you, man.
Peace,
Thank
man.
you so much. Thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you so much. Really
thank you,
man. Very appreciative.
Nah, we thank you.
Unconventional Loui, y'all.
Hell
Keep going with it, man. Keep going.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
Man. Thank you.
Well, you know how we do around this time. We go into our little halftime breaky-atomy. We got a special request on the board today, so we're going to jump right into that there joint right there. This one here is Dumb Drums featuring Micah 9. This is one of them May Dolly joints. Let's go ahead and check it out.
Shout out Micah 9.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Some of them humdrum, them clumsy and numbskull, the general doldrum of the federal dum-dums, the criminal someone, the funniest comes stolen, no wonder its thunder gets stolen, holding a stun gun, bold moves for a shy monster, one-on-one who wants to run amongst the ostriches, mobsters with more at stake and on the plate than lobster, nothing fake or imposter, Ronin, shogun, ninja, blowgun, tooth straw syringe along with the cold one, only makes you succumb to the scum and slums with bums. Hunt for revenge and chumps to make chum with dumb drums that frustrate the crate digger, needle drop, break mixer like dumb Trump. A plum is not a hun's rump. Take that to the dump, hunk. Did you wanna get punched drunk off powers, corruption. I had a hunch I'm from a neighborhood called the jungle, jumping gym jamboree. If you felt like gambling, you get hopped on like a trampoline. Do a somersault on your number fault, but it's not your fault. I flipped out, I have a dream. Gave you combos, leg locks, and hard rights, alt, slits, malt, liquor, let's walk, so just shit talk. I decided to not smoke the blunt in the booth until I got off my chest what I want. I eat a truth. I don't eat till I complete. I don't want to get drunk when I'm doing the show until you jump. If I was to light it, I would feel more excited. But I contemplate those under subpoenas and federal indictments. It's not whispering, it's just me getting more open when I'm freestyling instead of writing. However, inside of them, you might even think the web of deception was wider than an arachnid. But I back kids who will ride us. You want to think about tongue, but sprung from the young lung man. You overstand that a brother will never be hung from a bungee. If you want to come close to me, crunching and hunching, I tell him I eat them all for lunch, breakfast and dinner. Dude, you don't know he felt like better as a winner. A federal overstanding, that a brother gets more cheddar than thinner. Brothers coming up with ribs showing, talking about they making beats and flowing. Man, you already knowing, you already should be aware, more contemplative about how prepared you must be when you low-key on warfare. Man, I want them to come up more than when they are flooded and stunned and stare. So be an approachable person. Let me know you had a vocal coach for rehearsing. And other than that, fuck the commercials.
High winds blow the storm clouds and define men. I employ the styles from an exercise pen. The Zen process lends conscious behavior. Twin concepts for clarity, men topics sincerely. Dish the despair and the written rarities. The snares need an air to breathe. I'm barely free. Hold a seance for what I say on this shit. Reconnaissance missions for the forgotten bliss. Switch American idols clutching Aryan Bibles. Dairy resigned from frequencies on a high note. Surprise folks with the interstellar designed hoax. His body couldn't press on, his mind croaked. Twine ropes trying to find throats. I'll never hang around to see them times. No. Ad libs full of adverbs. I mad lib with the dash of nerd that you heard. Fuck a rap and robot. I rap from both spots on the yin yang circle. Pen slang is a virtue. Insane with the verse stew when his brain's on a purple pot. It's been so long it isn't worth the shot. Find a venue on this earth to rock before my turn to rock. I mute the crowd of incessant chatter that stirred the pot. Word-wise, I focus on the words a lot. In this life, you're either earning or yearn for a spot. My urgent sense of concern is permanent. Stop. I could go for days, but I'm learning to not. In general, you're a meal for the minions. Any incident that I'm pinning is really grim to them. Them old habits are sour like cold cabbage. Shower then go at it, devour a flow savage. I'm properly opulent like I thought you'd see. Made a mockery for mumble rap, but I'm humble, relaxed. One of the last of the flow heekins. The flow sequence will have them coming back every 4 weekends. Rest assured online, it's no creeping. I show grievance because you rapper hoes need it. Attached to no meaning when you practice flow speaking. My passion so deep, it's a fact you don't see. Back on my business of overdoing you sober bruins. You eat off everything, so off the head he sings. I'm out of the building, soon as the bell dings. The cell rings or vibrates, tonic levels of my fate. Situations decide breaks. You're not studious, why relate? I never overrate my quiet space. Everything requires vibes to make. Honestly, too smooth to try a shake. Autograph a plate for commemorative purposes. Slash you like seafood prices on half porpoises. Wake up pissing 16s like shit's a dream. I create solo to prevent from switching teams. I'm the meanest form as a means for demeanor. The backdrop scene for a dreamer's immediate feature. Leave the speaker tweeter pated to reach the evasive. Format the speaking arrangements he can amaze with. Hate is the deepest way to enslave with. That's Meisha, the formative way of basics. A more than amazing array of miracles made sense. Pardon my lateness, I came with the great in this bitch. The crates are the main reason I stay with the scripts. Every other day's a day to spit creative events. Sensationalized and able disguised that the labels deny, cause fables are fly. According to you, but my stories are true. The esoteric glory of a dude, what it do?
Ew. Oh, hold on. We're not continuing down this path. That was the requested song. We will continue on with the second half of the musical interlude. This is the WBAD radio.
Booyala, booyala, mama. Booyala, booyala, mama. Booyala, booyala, mama.
You know?
Booyala, booyala, mama.
Oh my dollar.
Booyala, booyala, mama.
Oh my dollar.
Booyala, booyala, mama.
Oh my dollar.
Booyala, booyala, mama. Booyala, booyala, mama.
No love relation, still famulation. Love forms the whole basis of famulation. If you run into some trouble, call famulation. Everything is all famulation. No blood relation, still famulation. Love forms the whole basis of famulation. If you run into some trouble, call famulation. Everything is all famulation.
In the midst of never forgetting love, but neglect what it was. Dialectic, diuretic, y'all busy rhyming for credit, but wrong reasons did it. Wow, what an exceptional lettuce. The headspace is larger than said grace. Parentheses with the emphasis on lead landscapes till they sicken me. Rendering many reasons for dealing energy over the beats. Brought to you by the syllable slickery. Phantom mysteries, subjective matter for centuries. Neglect the chatterer or battering viciously. Influential epiphanies to the 10th degree. It's the pimping of the massive sentences, this is key. I shouldn't have to defend what I've actually been. The past pretends I wasn't getting it in. Broke the trend of the bar graph with unprecedented bar class. The science isn't far from my craft.
No love relation, still famulation. Love forms the whole basis of famulation. If you run into some trouble, call famulation. Everything is all famulation. No blood relation, still famulation. Love forms the whole basis of famulation. If you run into some trouble, call famulation. Everything is all famulation.
I eat with the hyenas, fly with the eagles, ride with the riders, talk peace with all my peoples, allergic to evil. I am mealy like seagull, deaf like road with 4 gangbangers in a regal, driving illegal with no tats and insurance, endurance for 1 million rattlesnakes. I walk with the purists, black nuns, all black guns and stay loaded. I deal with a bunch of goons that speak decoded. Fuck the poets. We walk with tigers and dragons. I'm dragging a wagon of enemy eyes and laughing. King Jackson, tack master, black bastard. I elevate like UFOs. Fuck if you rap faster. I rap solid, no college but got degrees. Chopping niggas up like soft sausage with no cheese. Word to mama, I got the omelets. I hope you hungry. Bloody Sunday turning to Black Monday.
No blood relation, still famulation. Love forms the whole basis of famulation. If you run into some trouble, call famulation. Everything is all famulation. No blood relation, still famulation. Love forms the whole basis of famulation. If you run into some trouble, call famulation. Everything is all famulation.
Chilling like a villain, but I'd rather be a hero. You won't find no cape on me though. There's 2 types of people, Craigs and Debo. We the squad, major league, call us A-team though. Soldiers of fortune for the fam. I'm so with the nonsense, dodging the dumb down. The bullshit is constant. I can count my real ones on one hand, and we've been making records since before one fam. 1 shot, 1 kill, hold the gun, don't jam. Super God talk, words ring through the land. Don Jimmy the GOAT, you see the kicks. That was over heads like a field goal miss. Left brain, right brain, you can say I'm mixed. Tax City arsonist with the spits. On or off land, I cut throats like pirates. May Dolly probably got another 100 bars that fit.
Adaptive. My crew, we gets down to business, and after the mission is finished, we kicks it. My crew, we get down to business, and after the mission is finished, we kicks it. We kicks it. We kicks it. My crew, we gets down to business, and after the mission is finished, we kicks it.
In every cell, the atoms revolve around the nucleus, like the planets revolve around the sun. On me, you can come and get some. Oh, my knee, pod me hum. My tongue is a gun. I'm about to let off one, let off some, let off on someone. My actual facts produce factual acts. My spats fracture your backs, wax have no counterattacks. Oh me, oh my, the sky ionize on my modus operandi. 365 times infinite. on your dean or use a god on the job. Shake a 10 like you God, sham God. Any mushmouth MC get hit with a plus degree. Purpose plus desire equals 33.3 times infinity. Infinite creativity. You spit it acidic, you a reptilian lizard. Every line I rhyme is alkaline. God cipher divine, or when I go for mines. Rhymes by the oodles, aiming at your noodles. Third eye never blurry, saw the hypocrisy of the reverend hella early. Had me feeling 7:30, behold my skull flow cold just like it snowed.
And I revolve around the table of blunt classes, waking up to blue dreams. My food be faking moves like green screens. My brother made a restaurant, her face turned red cause he lost his lease. Quoting scriptures from ancient Greece, I just roll 10 swishers and look at the pictures. Because the weed is much sicker.
Yeah. We back at him. Build and Destroy show. Once again.
Build and Destroy.
Let me tap this back in. Tap this back in. Make sure you tap that. Tap-a-roo, the like button and share.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yo, that was a lot of bars. You said that. How old was that song?
Shoot, more than 5 years.
Yo, that's dope. Micah 9 gave you that many bars, man.
Yeah, that was the highlight of that feature, right? So
I would say so.
Yeah, Micah 9 had a thing where he was online. He was like, "Yo, I have free time right now. Hit me up. Like, I got features."
Wow.
And I did it. I called him one day. I was like, "Yo, Micah 9 is a Capricorn. He's Freestyle Fellowship. He did a YouTube freestyle. It was like the Blabbermouth something. Anyways, he's one of those guys that I was like, yo, he's who I compare. He's like the standard for what I love and enjoy." So we called him. Trish was on the phone with him. I was on the phone with him. We was trying to make sure he got the money, make sure that he knew what I wanted him to do. Overall, he's a good dude. He's prompt. He did it so fast, and he did exactly what I asked him to do, which was freestyle about what that beat made him feel like at the time. And then I actually wrote the rhyme. I wanted him to freestyle, and I wanted me to write, because Micah 9 is the kind of guy, he's a Jedi, so his freestyles are written. So I could have very easily freestyled and try to hang with him. Patricia was mad that I didn't do that. I just wanted to show us both at our maximum peaks of what we do. And Micah 9 is a supreme level freestyler. I'm a supreme
That's crazy.
level
That's a freestyle. That's crazy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I knew it.
And yeah, once again, like, I value freestyles. I know some people don't treat them as serious as they can be. Some people don't like to waste studio time with freestyles, but I come from that era, and that's why I'm May Dolly. I'm the subconscious cat. So I tried to catch Micah at his I wanted to catch him off guard and see what his subconscious could produce in the moment, and he exactly did that. So I respect artists that can put it down on the spot right now, like live and direct. It's cool, you could prepare and get ready, but for me, the real niggas can put it down on the spot. And it's a strength test. It's like, what do you got right now? And Micah 9 is one of those ones. So I just wanted to showcase that. That there are levels to this shit. Like, a lot of people can be good when they practice and prepare for the test, but some folks is nice without studying.
You can find that track on May Dolly's SoundCloud.
Yeah. Some of us don't got to study for the test, and I'm sorry.
Man, that's a supreme level freestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, damn.
And the Trump reference, like, he was so on point.
For sure. Well, all right, why don't you give us our somewhat depressing local news?
Well, I was on the socials today, and I saw that the Washington State Low Income Housing Alliance, I believe they're called. They get an email, a daily email, at least from Pierce County. I don't know about other counties. And the email lets them know how many open shelter beds there are that night. Not how many the city has in total. I don't know how many that is. I think it's like 2,000 or something. Or 1,000 something. But how many are open? So the one I saw was from April, and you got to think April's not going to be the worst month. It's starting to be warm. There's people already not, it's already cold. It's already warm enough to stay outside. So, there's probably more people out later on in the summer, but April was probably a good middle of the road month, you got to think. So this email said that there was 36 beds available that night. And, but there's 3,000 people sleeping on the street every night. And those 36 beds aren't open for everyone anyway. The majority of them are maybe for youth or single moms or veterans. So not everybody can qualify for one of those beds. So there's 36 open beds. There's 3,000 people sleeping on the street. And then it's over 3,000. I didn't even memorize the detail. It's over 3,000. And then there's over 6,000 that aren't on the street that night, but are like on a couch or like got a voucher for a motel, or staying with a friend, or are about to be on the street that are requesting shelter beds. So every night there's 10,000 people in Pierce County seeking a shelter bed, and there's 30-something beds open. And to me, I just thought that hit obvious for the obvious reasons, because there's not enough fucking beds, not even close. But that you hear, a lot of these people are just refusing services, or there's not bed, they're turning down beds, or they don't want to be. And I guess that's some people, but obviously that's not the problem, though. That's not the main reason, the main thing that's going on. So I just thought that was important to remember, especially when you hear people talking that misnomer about there's enough beds, people are just refusing to go into the beds. That's not true. It's factually not true. So
corporate news nonsense when they're saying that. That's just what they want you to believe, what they're being paid to broadcast. But man, thanks for updating that, because that's something that a lot of us don't think about on a day-to-day, but there's folks out there that have to think about this, because they're getting turned away and being promoted as if they don't want to be in a place. It's just there ain't no place. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at PierceCounty.gov info on this, the homeless emergency shelter availability. So they have a kind of a spreadsheet on the website. So the first two are for people living in cars. So they have CCS safe parking and HBP safe parking. It says contact for availability. Helping Hand House Emergency Shelter by referral only. Lassa Family Shelter, 2-bedroom apartments for a family for 30 days, appointment only, but 0 available. Next Chapter Foundation for single mothers, pregnant women and single mothers, no availability.
Damn.
Salvation Army,
sad.
Family Shelter, no availability.
Wow.
TRM Adams Street, shelter does not accept walk-ups. Call the shelter to get on the wait list. Open for households with minors. It says there's 5 available, but they probably have,
Maybe we should drop that link.
Where's the week?
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat. So this
Yeah.
is the Pierce County government's emergency shelter availability. Let me go ahead and put that in there.
If you're listening, it says there's 5 open, and we're live right now. So
Yeah, and that's that one spot. What did I say? Adams Street.
A household, a family with minors.
Yep, households with minors. TRM Adams Street, 253-592-6401. Does not accept walk-up, so you have to call. But if it says 5 available, shoot.
There's not many available. We were just running down the list. So.
Yeah, so after that, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row with 0 availability. Stability site, there's 1. And this is for single individuals. Beacon Center Young Adult Shelter. Drop-in overnight shelter for adults 18 to 24. They've got 19 available units. That's 415 South 13th Street. So that's relatively
that's almost
downtown.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, so they've got units available.
It used to be the Beacon Senior Center.
Okay.
If you ever visited anybody back there in the day, but it's the same building.
Yeah, so check out the link. I dropped it in the chat. Yeah.
So 24, we were able to find 25 beds maybe, for all of Pierce County tonight, and it's free. It froze last night. It's officially cold out, so we know there's more than 20 something people out there.
All right, well, that's our news update. Might not be news that people want to hear, but it's what's happening.
And what's happening is, a lot of us are just a few paychecks from that fate as well. I learned that being a homeowner, you might have a little bit more time, you might have a couple more months, but the idea is that we're all a few moments away from that fate ourselves.
A few moments and a few paychecks and a few relationships too.
Yeah, that's right.
If you're just one of those unfortunate people that for whatever reason may have a small support circle for no fault of your own, people can have no family. It happens. There's people that are the last ones alive in their family quite often. And I think that's a big factor too, that it's like the system is so bad that we do rely on each other to get by. And there are people that don't have that.
Well, we got to talk about the ego too and the humility of man, right? So I've had family members really recent, as far as last couple weeks recent, where they was going through things like that, and I could only chalk it up to ego, but we didn't know. So there is a certain population that's out there in these predicaments where they are going through that, but there's something keeping them from reaching out. So I would encourage people, despite your predicament, don't put so much into that ego where you're too good to be helped. It's okay to come up to your family and you've been stable this whole time and you're like, I got a bad streak right now. We're not holding you to the flames for that. You're our family and we love you. So you don't need to hide struggle. And I see that there is a lot of people that's up front and they are comfortable with sharing their problems, but there is a small percentage that they struggle in silence. And I don't like that, especially when they're my family. I don't want you struggling in silence. I don't want to have to find it out through the streets that this is happening. But I do get it. I do get it that it's humiliating, you know, to bring that up. If you've been on the up and now you're on the down, I get that it might be uncomfortable to bring that up, but I don't know. I want people to use their resources, you know, and not be ashamed based off preconceived notions or ego, like I said.
Well, what I would add, well, say on that is, I mean, I'm trying to develop and make sure my network is solidified, because from the aspect of being a few paychecks away, a sickness away, an injury away, unknown illness away, yeah. So I look at it as trying to build up that resilience, not just in the network of people that you have to rely on, but I mean, at this point, everyone doesn't have the opportunity to prepare. But if you do have that, you should take that time not to just prepare for yourself, but for the folks around you. How can everyone has some little side hustle or something that they got. Buy your homie's painting, buy his mixtape, buy what wares and jewelry do they make, and in exchange, what do you have that you got that your family and things, to where it's not always like a handout, but if everyone has something going on, this platform is kind of meant for that, to promote, to create an economy amongst ourselves, to where it's not necessarily someone falling on hard times. Is we're building up this network and economy outside of the capitalist system on, ultimately we're trying to all get to a stage of retirement. Retirement means you don't do work, but now all you do is the stuff that you love to do, because you're not working for food and working for shelter. So that's my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, you're right, man. We came back from conference week for November, right? And there's still that thing with these kids. They may need help in the classroom, but they don't raise their hand and ask for help. So they kind of sit and don't understand it and then take the bad grade. And a lot of times the teachers and the parents are encouraging students, have the courage to raise your hand and speak up. So again, I just want to reiterate, my heart goes out to those that don't quite have the courage to speak out. I want y'all to have the strength to reach out for the resources that you have, and we're here to serve you. But never suffer in silence, please, when you got folks.
All right, with the PSA, public service announcement of the week. On to hip-hop related topics of the day. Let's start with the Drink Champs. Did you guys get a chance to check out Murda, Mook, and Loaded Lux?
Yeah.
Well, I'll just say I watched about half of it, but was the most interesting part to me was it's their third time apparently on there, I guess, which is rare. There's only a few people that go on Drink Champs multiple times, so that was interesting to hear.
Yeah, it's interesting that now we have sober Mook on Drink Champs. So Mook has been there, but everybody's learning who Mook is as a sober man. And he's more sharper and deadlier. And I think that's kind of what they brought him back for. Of course, they brought him back because those guys are still at the top of their class, despite their age. But I think a lot of it is having to do with the longevity and the hacks that they're using to remain in the game. And I do like how Mook brought up alcoholism because it is one of those things like you can indulge, but if you overindulge, it could start to change who you are and people forget who you are. And I think Mook's on a tour right now, like reminding people who he is. Because alcoholism, it does take away from your brain your capacity just as a human. Right. So I know some people are like, yo, I'm better when I smoke or I'm better when I drink. But the fact is, if you abstain, you might be a little sharper without those. And I think for Mook not drinking, he's already been at the top, but sober Mook is even more deadlier. And now you guys got even more problems because now dude's got more memory, more capacity, more neural pathways. And same with Loaded Lux. Like, these guys are healthy nerds, and you're never going to fuck with them. Like, I'm sorry, but it don't matter what you do. If you're not doing something similar to how they're living, you're just not going to fuck with them. And that's just science. They're taking care of their specimens, and they know that their body is what creates these rhymes, and they're taking care of their bodies. So I just don't think you're going to fuck with somebody that's on their health shit and loves hip-hop. To me, that's just a lot of people that you love in hip-hop, they're undercover like athletes or health addicts. They just don't tell you that. But that's how the rhymes are created, is brain power mixed with life experience. So take your motherfucking vitamins, your fish oil, your lion's mane, everything that sounds cliche or dumb, that's what they're doing. Like, that's the secret, is to exercise and drink water. Basic.
You know, one thing real quick that I thought was hella funny was when they asked about the top leagues, and Mook was definitely putting Chrome as one of the top leagues, and Loaded Lux was like, well, nah, you know, that it was a little awkward, cringy, because you could see that. And Murda Mook even said it. He's like, nah, I'm giving props to my sister or something like that. And it was like Loaded Lux was more giving a unbiased, nah, they're not really one of the top leagues. No, you know, they're a league. They're a league, but they're not one of the top leagues. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah. No, Lupe used to say it. I used to be like, man, whatever. Like, I'm both. Like, I'm hood and nerd. But freaking Lupe's right, man. Nerds rule this shit. Like, nerds have been ruling the world, and they be ruling the rap world, too. Like, y'all just don't want to deal with that. But some of the most gangsterous rappers are low-key nerds, man. They just don't lead with that. But the way their brain works and they mind and how they process things are very nerdy. I seen on Instagram threads, it was like, yo, if you're white with autism, you like trains. But if you're black with autism, then you're like Inspect the Deck with the rhymes. And I was like, yo, I fucks with that.
You ain't got no input on this one, High Rise? I mean, even if you didn't see the Drink Champs, just in general.
Yeah, I didn't see the Drink Champs, so, but I do think there is something to clarity, and I get it. You know, it's not everybody's time for that. Some people need it at certain times, and at other times it's not anything crucial. But if you're a person and you are tapping into that way of life, like I get it. There's definitely benefits. There's definitely benefits to it.
Mm-hmm. And once again, like, this ain't for the casual drinkers. Like, we're not trashing alcohol. We're talking about people that abuse it to where when they stop, they could die. You know what I mean? Like, we're dealing with addicts who don't have that cutoff switch in their brain, and it affects them different. Sometimes abstaining is the only option for people like that. But salute to the ones that can hold their own and they know when to stop. I didn't know that until I was mid-20s, that some people just don't have that in the brain. There's something in the brain that doesn't allow them to say, hey, it's been enough. So they black out. They don't have that red flag thing in their brain to stop them. So shouts to the people that are figuring it out, you know, figuring out their own chemistry and their own brain synapses and all that stuff. That's all you got to do on this earth, is what I feel like, is learn your body and learn how your body moves in this world, because we all different.
With that being said, I will end this topic with the Robin Harris quote. I'm not an alcoholic, I'm a drunk. All right.
Shout out Robin here.
Baby's kids and all.
Yeah. Resting in peace.
Well, did you get a chance to check out any of the new Ras Kass joints?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because those been out for I think started coming out in like July.
Yeah, I've seen some videos too, so I've been peeping. He's been on a run.
Yeah, that's the one I told you all a while ago. He was bringing back that Nature of the Threat energy.
You did bring that up.
Yeah, he's putting it to them people's necks. And I love Ras Kass because he said back then, he was like, yo, it's not that I'm anti-white, I'm just pro-black. So when he said that, it was like, that's clickery. Like, I can get with that. Just because I'm self-empowering doesn't mean I'm degrading you. I'm busy self-empowering right now.
Well, hey.
Yeah, I'm glad he's getting some props.
Well, hey, I like his shit because he makes me go and research shit. That's always been something that attracts me to certain artists, whether it's rappers or even actors. Like, and it doesn't even have to be in the artwork. Like in interviews, like there's certain people that are hella good in interviews, and they just always have some new shit to say. And yeah, so I was researching the Mapogo Lions and shit, and like, yeah, anybody that makes me go and fucking jump to the research, it's intellectually stimulating. You know, it's not something you can sit and marinate. You know, I'm not gonna marinate bumping Ras Kass for an hour. You know, but I'm gonna go through maybe a few of the songs. Or maybe I do go through, listen through that full hour to get the full joint, but it's not like, it's more like studying. It's like you're just studying, musical studying in rhymes, but it's not even studying. It's a lecture. So you get the lecture first, and then you have to go back and study what the lecture was about. And so yeah, that's, man, yeah. Good music that he got coming. How do you guys feel about, at this point, having our last talking points saved for the Patreon? Because we're at our normal cutoff time. We always normally just talk a little bit afterwards.
I'm down for that.
I got time for like a little bit.
Well, shoot it. Well, hey, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. This is the Build and Destroy Show. We're here every Sunday.
Build and Destroy Show.
Around 5 p.m. Pacific time. Wicked Meticulous, High Rise, May Dolly, E-Tree in the building. We'll be back at you next Sunday. tap into the Patreon if they unlock the review, because it's still under review. But go ahead and tap in Patreon / Build and Destroy, the way it's spelled, BLDNDSTRY. We're gonna start having all sorts of goodies loading up in there for you guys that you can't see on